To everyone who has been trying to lie to people about me, about things that I've done, things that I've said, what I mean when I say certain things. Um, this is going to happen to me. That's going to happen to me. I'm going to die. I'm worried about, this and that happening to me. Like, it's all going to come back to me. Um, everything that has happened, I've prayed for. I've been unsure about a lot of different things because of everything going on. And I'm gaining so much clarity because people can't hear what I'm actually trying to say or what I mean. And they tend to look at certain things around me. But God has been having me build patience with the people around me. If I pass judgment on certain people because of certain things and don't allow them to be exposed to my testimony and to be healed from certain things that quite possibly we share the same testimony with. Um, I'm doing them a disservice because I've done so much. I've been through so much. But one thing about me is that I'm not a womanizer. Um, and a lot of people have been trying to push that out there against me. They've been trying to make me look like something that I'm not. And, it's been kind of hard to deal with. Um, but I also realized that, you know, the influence that people have, like, is meant to influence the people they're meant to influence. And so, um, if people are willing to be misled about a person because of something that somebody said, or they want to claim certain things that never happened, they want to claim just many different things about a person who has already dealt with so much. And like, it shows me I'm heading in the right direction. And it shows me that um, some people actually are losers. As I've said before, knowing or thinking that we're better than somebody, that should bring more responsibility upon us. Knowing that we're more mature or different things like that, it should give us more conviction on how we use things. And I think misrepresenting somebody just because of people around them, things they might view, things that they might like, and not necessarily um, the things they might help the people around them with the algorithm with, because being a person that I always has been a supporter of these different people, I've done these same things for a while. And so it's interesting how people can try to use a position that I've been in for a while of helping, supporting content creators, liking, and unfortunately consuming a whole lot of content. That's the position that I've been in, unfortunately. And as I've said, it didn't take until recent years for me to realize certain things. And it was also based on opposition from the beginning. I didn't recognize certain things that, was my responsibility to do then, but initially getting online, it was opposition from beginning to end. Well, not end, but beginning to our current situation now. A lot of times, I was defending people. Um, Certain things was taken for granted. And then, me defending people was being used against me. And my words in protecting certain people end up being used against me. And then, heartbreak, different things happening. There's not one person that I could reach out to. There's not one person that I could talk directly to and actually express certain things that I was going to. I had different people trying to tell me certain things from an outside perspective. Wow, some may see certain things, and this ain't to try to puff anybody up or for nobody to be like, yeah, that's me he's talking about. No. There's some people that see certain things, and some people who see certain things and they don't speak all the time. And I appreciate those people. I'm not against rebuke nor correction. That's the reason why I have certain people around me. There's been a lot of times that a certain minister, and I'm not going to give out his name, that he said certain things in relation to a situation that I did not like. And it was because I felt like he was siding with a person who is only telling half the story. And so, overcoming certain things that I was struggling with and dealing with as far as insecurities and, recognizing that it was some things that I actually did need to work on, even though I felt like some things may have been exaggerated or misrepresented. I still had to take what he was given at the time because I didn't want what other people were saying or trying to use against me in that moment. And maybe, he was right in that situation. Maybe I didn't have the proper understanding about my situation to see how I was wrong. But I took that situation to be mature and to listen to the things he said and to try to grow from it. And so we see different people like constantly talking about what other people are talking about. And it's not about anything that God is telling somebody to do. Like, even if I wanted to, I couldn't stop that. My thing is this: when we know it's clearly not from God, when we know it's inspiration coming from somewhere else and people are claiming that it's from God, like, that's where I'm getting frustrated. I look at the timing of things. Maybe certain things have stopped. But I don't like how certain things are being pushed off on different people and different things. And that has been the most frustrating thing out of all of this stuff. The fact that somebody can, have a part in something or a part in confusion or misrepresenting something. And yet, they can slide off to the side and be like, the black sheep. But I've always had to deal with that. And like I said, it's been heavy since COVID. But these are things that I've learned to endure over the years. Um, in many ways, in my opinion, I haven't been a fool. I have um, not been obedient. I have left certain situations before the right time. I've done many things that I'm not proud of as a man, and I can admit that. But I take all those things to God and I try to move forward. But when you feel like you're alone at times, it makes things harder. Um, I'm glad God brought a friend back around that understands a lot of things that I've had to endure, and I'm able to talk to him and kind of pick up where we left off because it's a genuine connection there. And even when I'm misunderstood, he still understands me in a way to where, all right, that's him. And that's part of his uniqueness. And so um, I appreciated God bringing him back around. It's going to help me to heal in some ways, even though I can't share a lot of different things with him. Um, I can still talk with him about certain experiences and different things, and it'll definitely help my process of healing because, that was one of the things he was against me. Like, people like, well, why he stopped talking to you? Well, there's different things going on. I'm going through what I'm going through. He going through what he's going through. And we're disagreeing on the word of God. And a lot of people didn't understand. Like, I was losing a lot of relationships due to that. And I've admitted this on my Facebook page. I could have been wrong a lot in a lot of those instances. And I'm sure that I was. But I also learned a lot in those instances as well, which helped me with my knowledge. His questions helped me to seek things. And, I'm happy I've done those things. But the hardest thing for me to deal with has been a lot of different people looking into different things, trying to dictate certain things that are going on, trying to misrepresent my character. Um, and as I've said, I've done some things that I'm truly not proud of as a person. And we'll get to those things at some point. But how much people have misunderstood me, I understand that God is going to bless me in this season because I have been operating out of love. I haven't always been doing the best at focusing on myself and exactly what I need to do, but I know I've had the best intentions with trying to care for others. As I've said, man, I tried to come in defense of people and they try to use those instances against me to try to say certain things about my personality. I've stuck up for a lot of different people. And I said what I said earlier because, and I know people